Love them or hate them, the Post Malone Crocs are a hot commodity. Luckily, if you find yourself at the Chicken Express where the rapper used to work, you might be able to snag a pair for free.
A previously unnamed baby giraffe at a Cincinnati zoo gets his Christmas wish, a name.
It's a miracle. And Disney's adding another ride that will make the hearts of Star Wars fans absolutely implode, like the Death Star. It involves joining the Resistance and escaping Kylo Ren. All of that later on Rise and Shine at 9.
Welcome to Rise and Shine at 9. I'm Caroline Evans.
And I'm Dan Corlett. It's Rise and Shine Miss. Look at, I got the mistletoe, or is this holly? I don't even know. It's felt.
You can't tell on my earrings, but they're Christmas trees.
They are,
I swear.
they are quite cute and nice. I
you.
wish I had, like, what would be really great if they weren't so expensive? Cufflinks. I would have worn like something festive cufflinks. Have you had a Christmas cookie yet, by the way?
No.
I haven't had a single one.
I have those Pillsbury Elf ones in my fridge right now, waiting to be
Oh, the
made.
ones that's like in a tube and you cut them up?
No, they're like on a tray and they're already cut out, but
Oh, okay.
they're waiting to be made.
I love those. I love those so much. Merry Christmas. It's time for sugar. That's basically half the holiday. God bless us, everyone. Okay. This is our last episode, so we're going to make sure it's a good one. We have a lot in store for you later, so stick around. But first, let's start with some stories about Post Malone. And he used to be, before he was a rap star, he used to be a worker at a Chicken Express in Southlake, Texas. And while he won't be there in person, he is giving away free pairs of the Crocs he designed to employees, fans, and customers at the Chicken Express restaurant where he used to work. While supplies last, of course. But according to the company, the fourth installment of the Post Malone X Crocs collaboration is an innovative shoe designed by Post Malone himself. The shoes aren't available to the public yet, but they will be in select retail stores on December 10th for $59.99.
First of all, I love Post Malone Crocs, especially like the first ones he came out when they were the same design as like his album. I think those are really cool. And I really like the picture that they had of him up in the Chicken Express.
I didn't even see that.
He was just kind of standing there with like a blank expression holding a cup. It's really funny.
That's his brand.
Basically.
That's his brand. Always ready to smile, but not willing to commit to it.
Yeah.
I didn't know Crocs were such a big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
wears them.
Like, not until I came here did I see as many Crocs as I have in my life.
They're comfortable. That's all I
That's
can say
right.
about it.
I have a pair, but
All right, well, moving on. The Cincinnati Zoo has a new star attraction for the holidays, Theo the baby giraffe. The male calf was born on November 23rd and is already exploring his new surroundings. Theo is exactly what the Cincinnati zookeepers needed after his father, Kimba, died in mid-November. Kimba died at the age of 12 after complications from a routine procedure on his hooves, but he was near the average life expectancy of a giraffe, which is 13 years. If he is like his father, Theo will eventually be over 16 feet tall. His 8-year-old mother, Cece, is doing well, looking after her new baby. I love giraffes. They're the cutest thing ever.
Do you remember when April the giraffe was born? Right. So, okay, when the news of this giraffe being born came out, like, everybody was like, "Oh, we hope we don't have another April the giraffe. Hope we don't have another April the giraffe situation where they gestate for like however long, and then the birth is like 5 minutes, and that's it."
Yeah, it just happens.
Yeah, it
and
just
you miss
pop.
it.
Right. Not the case here, or actually same case, because a lot of people were watching this on pins and needles. So, if you want to get views on any sort of content, have a
Giraffes
pregnant
are the way to
giraffe on your
go.
show, I guess. I don't know. People love that, I guess. Not I guess, it's true. It's proven science. Anyway, Rise of the Resistance. But Disney's hoping you can't resist this new Star Wars ride. Take a look. Rise of the Resistance opens up today at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Orlando, Florida. But it will put the star in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It will throw you right in the middle of a battle between the First Order and the Resistance, with a chance to join the Resistance, of course. You will also get captured by the First Order, then go on a wild ride escaping from Kylo Ren, and that's all going to happen in just a measly 18 minutes.
We really combined all sorts of different ride elements and ride types into this one experience. So it's never really been done before. We're really breaking new ground with this combination of different attraction types to pull it to life and make sure that we're giving guests something that they've never even seen before.
So I have friends from my time in Orlando that are there today, and they say it's swamped. It's like the busiest the park has ever been. and it's like, but the ride is blowing people away. It's had some technical difficulties because it's brand new, but it's blowing people away. And you'll get to ride that in like 4 weeks, 5
Well,
weeks.
We are going to talk about it in C Block, but they are blocking out period time for Hollywood Studios for.
That's why
college
you can
program,
sneak in. That's
but
not a big deal.
I'll find my way in.
That's fine. Of course. Resist. See what I did there? It's a pun. All right. So our very own Deanna Brown got to go and hang out with the cast of the Hollywood special, the holiday special here in Oswego, and she has a story for us. So what do you have, Deanna?
Well, during our fall semester, students from the Communication and Broadcast Department had the opportunity to put on a holiday production. I was able to go down to set and speak to a few members and get the inside scoop of the production, as well as ask about their favorite things during the holiday season. SUNY Oswego students have been working hard on a semester-long holiday production to highlight what Christmas means to them. Emma Levy, lead director of the production, speaks on the process and a few of her favorite moments while working on this semester-long project.
We were always on set singing Christmas songs, and the set itself also really reminded me of home with the fireplace and the Christmas tree, because I always have that at home, and we get to do that when I went home for Thanksgiving, so it did remind me of my house at Christmas time.
Preparing for the holiday season production, member Adam Summers explains his own family traditions after finals.
I'm Jewish, but still, yes. What's not to like about Christmas? I mean, the lights are beautiful. Me and my family go for a drive, and we get Chinese food because it's the only thing that's open, and we go to the movies. So it's like tradition in its own sense. We have our own Christmas, Jewish Christmas.
While some of them started working on this production during the earlier months of our fall semester, others have been behind the scenes since February, one of those members being David Height.
One of the greatest things about creating this production was being able to work together as a group and create something that's like actually true to the world.
The production of SUNY Oswego's holiday TV special will be aired on December 14th at 11 o'clock p.m. on WCNY, as well as a live viewing of it will be tonight at 6:30 in the Marano Campus Center auditorium. All members of the campus community are welcome to attend.
Okay, so the special report can also, a special edition of this holiday special can be viewed on News Channel 9 through the Syracuse area, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I mean, they've been working really hard on this. They've been planning this since last year, so it'd be cool to see that.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I was invited to one of their live tapings, and it looked pretty good. So, like, from what I saw, it looked pretty good.
Well, you had the inside eye. How did?
I mean, the set was beautiful, and everyone's really super ecstatic about it tonight. So please come out if you are in the Oswego campus community. Come out tonight at 6:30. You know, enjoy what the broadcast and communication department has been working so hard on.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also, not to be left out, WTOP's Acting Out has a holiday special, so you can watch them too. A lot of holiday magic going on right now.
Yeah.
So
Holidays.
let's talk about weather, yeah?
Yeah, so let's get a sneak peek of the forecast with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Eric Johnson.
What's going on, Eric?
So we're looking here at Skycam 10. We do have some clouds out there. It is 34, so definitely have that heavy jacket if you are headed out this morning. We are looking at a couple of snow showers across the region right now. You can see they're mainly to the south of us here in Oswego and then to the north. But later today, we may see a few in our area. You can see we have some heavier snow off to the east of Watertown in the Diana area down towards Lowville. I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up after the break. You're watching Rise and Shine at 9. Meteorologist Eric Johnson here. We are taking a look at these wind chills. It is really cold out here. You can see we're sitting at 20 degrees for our wind chill here in Oswego. So that's a temperature that your body's going to feel as you're walking out the door. And really across the entire area, we're just looking at bitterly cold wind chills. And that's going to be thanks to the wind that is gusting up to 24 miles per hour here in Oswego. We're at 22 in Fairhaven, so it's really right along the lake where you're seeing those higher wind gusts. So that's going to continue really throughout much of the day. And that wind is also causing some lake effect snow right now. You can see out towards Rochester, we have some of that snow, and up towards the Watertown area as well. As you can see, we have a little bit of a heavier band of snow. This is moving through the Oneonta area. And then as we work our way up towards Watertown, we have another batch of snow that's moving off to the east. Most of the snow will be out of here as we move into the evening hours. But we do actually have a round of snow coming later Friday night, Friday morning for your commute. You can see these heavier bands of snow off to the west. So when you're waking up tomorrow morning, you're going to see that snow we could be dealing with a couple of inches on the ground. That's going to continue right through about midday. Again, these darker blues is where you're going to pick up that moderate snow, looking at anywhere between 1 to 3 inches across the area. And then into Friday night, we'll see that snow really die off. So your evening commute's going to be a little bit easier than your morning commute. So for your bus stop, when you're taking those kids to school, we're going to be looking at temperatures around 29. So make sure you bundle those kids up. We also have that snow, so get those hats ready, get those scarves, really the whole 9 yards. And then as you're heading home, those snow showers will really be dying off, but still really chilly out there. So again, they need to have those jackets packed for them. And looking at the rest of this week, really staying cold through Saturday, but we actually do have a warm up for Sunday and Monday. You can see we'll be back to the 40s, dealing with some rain showers and some unsettled conditions for the early part of next week. And then we will be cooling down once again on Wednesday. You're watching Rise and Shine at 9. We'll have more news and sports coming up.
Welcome back from the break, and once again, guys, thank you so much for rising and shining with us.
That's right. So we've briefly touched upon this in previous episodes, but for the year, this is our very own Caroline Evans' last appearance on the air, and that's because she's going to be heading down to Orlando to do the Disney College program, of which I am an alum. So let's just talk about Disney for a block, and then we'll send you off, and we're also going to like do other stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I have a few questions.
Okay.
Not many, but first of all, like what I want to start with is like, what was your role when you were down there? Like, where were you?
Okay, so I know you're doing retail.
Yes.
So you and I will kind of have a similar struggle in that I did quick service, food and beverage, so counter service stuff, and it was at Sunset. All the restaurants down by Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster and Fantasmic, but it was like an 8-restaurant complex. So there was like a burger place called Rosie's, a pizza place called Eddie's, a barbecue place, an ice cream place, a produce stand, the turkey leg stand, the bakery, and then the boat were all ours. So we all worked all of that, and like I ended up in a support role. It was kind of like an assistant manager job, but it was great. The best 8 months of my life.
All right, so for those, like for how long you were there, like what was your typical hours? Like how many hours did you work a week?
I'll absolutely work. I wouldn't base your hours off of what I did, because I did a support role. So that's like, I mean, you might end up in a support role, but I don't know how retail works. For me, they didn't care like at all. I was working 12-hour days, like 5 days a week. So I was making more money than the average college program person, but that's not to say that you won't work that much, especially like once you get to spring break, you'll definitely work a ton. I worked the fall. So I had Christmas and New Year and summer. So I had 4th of July too. It's like the big days. Yeah, it was great. Love it.
All right, so did you live in those like Disney apartments that they have?
Yeah.
And like how were they?
Well, what you haven't picked yours yet, right? They assign it to you.
Yeah, I sent in what I want. They don't tell me.
Which one did you say?
My top one was Commons.
Commons is really good. Commons is really good. I would say Commons and Patterson are the nicest two.
Yeah.
Patterson is way too expensive. I did Chatham.
Okay.
Chatham was really nice because it's the most cost effective.
Yeah.
It just don't, whatever you do, stay out of Vista Way.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Stay out of
I've heard
Vista
some bad
Way.
things about it.
It's terrible.
But I'm trying.
There's a lake there that's black, and it's just from people throwing their shoes in at the end of their program. Wow, what a wild time. We're revealing all of the secrets on Rise and Shine at 9 this morning.
Yep. So one more question that I really want to ask is like, what's the best way to budget when you're down there?
Well, I mean, the benefit is that they do it for you, because they'll take the rent out of your checks, and then whatever you have left over is yours to do whatever you want with. Are you driving down?
No.
Okay, so you're gonna have to use the bus.
Yeah.
That chops a whole other thing down. There is a bus system that runs to Walmart. I would get groceries as often as I can.
Yeah.
And like buy things that last. So I'd rather you do. I think you should do that before you just go like, I'll just like eat at like Grand Floridian Cafe or something today.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously eat when you're out in the parks, enjoy yourself, but like you have to prioritize eating at home too. So, all right. So we're going to talk shop a little bit. We're going to talk about Disney World for a brief second, particularly Star Wars. So you have no idea where you're going to work yet?
No.
What if you work retail at Galaxy's Edge? Would you collapse?
Yes, that's the one place I don't want to work.
Really?
There's gonna be way too many people there. a lot of stuff, and I just don't want to deal with it.
It's a fair assessment. I mean, like I said, my friend is there today, and the capacity for Hollywood Studios is like 45,000 people. It might be more now because Galaxy's Edge was huge, so it might be 50,000. I don't know, but she was like they hit capacity within like 2 hours. Like they rope dropped it, which means that people got there and waited in line for the rope drop at like 7 a.m. So people probably got there at like 4 or 5 a.m. And it's swamped right now, and it looks like it's just going to stay busy
Definitely.
for a long time. Hollywood Studios was my favorite part to work at because I ended up working at a lot of places.
I want to that's like where I want to be in Hollywood Studios. Just keep me away from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Anywhere else there, that's what I'll take.
The two that you should shoot for is Studios and Epcot.
Yeah.
Because Epcot, they treat cast members amazing at Epcot. When I did the Food and Wine Festival, I did the same thing, but it was like way more strenuous, and they made sure that you were taking. I love Epcot. So Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow, I love you so much. I love Epcot, and they're doing all those renovations, so you get to be a part of that too. All right, so right now we're just going to give you the floor, and you're going to do a little goodbye to the people at home.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to WTOP for the past 3 semesters I've been here. I've anchored every semester. I've done crew, all that stuff. Shout out to me being topper of the week last week.
That's right.
Shout out.
Still on the door, by the way.
Yes. Thank you. But no, I just want to say thank you to everyone here, everyone at Oswego who I've met so far. Shout out to my mom if she's watching, and the rest of my family who's going to deal with me talking about Disney for the next couple of months. So
Brace
thank
yourself.
you, and goodbye. I'll see you in the fall.
Yeah, we're all going to miss you here, and I'm endlessly jealous of the adventure you're about to have. It's the best moment of my life was the college program, there's no doubt. All right, but we are going to take one last break before we finish the show, and coming after that will be the final installment of Tea with Tilly of 2019.
What's going on, Julia?
A lot's going on in the entertainment world right now. I'll be talking about Noah Cyrus and Justin Timberlake, among others. Stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine at 9. Good morning and welcome back to the final episode of Rise and Shine at 9 of the decade. I'm your entertainment anchor, Julia Tilly. Let's get into it. I don't know if any of you are keeping up to date with Riverdale. For me, it's definitely too complicated at this point. But something I do stay up to date with is what goes on behind the scenes of the CW show. Riverdale stars Camila Mendes and Charles Minton are taking a break after dating for over a year. Apparently, they have been split up for several months. Those close to the stars said they each have a lot on their plates at the moment, and they need time to focus on themselves. YouTuber Tana Mojo is rumored to be dating Noah Cyrus, due in part to a video she titled, "I took my girlfriend's phone and flirted with my best friend. Prank?" In the video, Tana takes Noah's phone and texts her friend, Imari. Now, you may be thinking, isn't Tana married to Jake Paul? Yes. They are in an open relationship, but Noah took to her Instagram story to say she and Tana were just friends. Justin Timberlake has publicly apologized to his wife, Jessica Biel, for his behavior and flirty interactions with co-star Alicia Wainwright. He was seen intimately holding hands with Wainwright at a bar, her hand placed on his knee. This sparked rumors of infidelity. He wrote on Instagram last night to clear things up, saying he had too much to drink, but things remained innocent. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Did we get through an episode of Rise and Shine at 9 where Julia did not bring up a One Direction member? Almost. Harry Styles released a preview of his newest music video, Adore You, which comes out tomorrow. In the preview, we see a very serious Styles on the island of Aroda. Harry is referred to as the boy who was always a little different. The video shows a sadder side of Harry, but one I cannot wait to see. The full album drops on December 13th. You can bet I'm very excited for that album. Hello, neighbor. Just imagine if Mr. Rogers really was your neighbor. Do you think the man we saw on TV was the same man when the camera wasn't rolling? Kate Capodanno talked with someone who says, absolutely. And he would know. He didn't call Mr. Rogers his neighbor. He called him Uncle Fred.
But it's you I like.
He was exactly the same person off camera as on camera. This was his personality.
America's favorite neighbor has ties right here in Salem.
I teach here at Roanoke College. I teach biology. My mom was Fred Rogers' sister.
Brooks Crozier grew up watching his Uncle Fred just like many children, but his relationship extended beyond the television screen.
This is my dad with Fred up at Nantucket. And so really we spent a lot of family time together there.
They were a close family, full of silly memories and inside jokes.
If we were going to the grocery store, he would say, "Would you mind getting me 3 bananas small?"
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor.
Crozier recently saw the new biopic that features his uncle.
Fred had such unique mannerisms that I, of course, was a little worried.
Those worries went away once the theater went dark.
There are some moments in the film where I think Tom Hanks really honed in on Fred's personality. I thought he did a really good job.
I'm proud of you. And I've certainly learned a lot by knowing you.
Crozier says his family works to continue spreading kindness and hopes more people follow that message.
I really wish that people could step back just a little bit and remember that message that everybody is special, everybody has a talent.
In a beautiful neighborhood, I'm Kate Capodanno, WDBJ7.
So, I haven't watched it. Want to so bad. Love Mr. Rogers, but you have seen it.
Yeah, I saw it like 2 weeks ago. So good. That's all I have to say. It was really good. Tom Hanks was amazing in it. And like I was a little like iffy about it, thinking like how could Tom Hanks like pull off Mr. Rogers?
Mm-hmm.
But he did it.
So far, Tom Hanks has pulled off Walt Disney and Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So who's going to pull off Tom Hanks?
Not me.
I'll do it.
You'll step into
I'll
the
do
role.
it. I'll do it. That's right. I can't do the voice. I don't even know what I just tried to do. So, all right. I think that's all the time that we have today. But thank you all for watching and rising with us this year. We hope we brought some light into your lives.
On behalf of the crew and director Phoebe Murray, as well as everyone on the desk here, happy holidays.
Have a great break, Oswego, and may your days be merry and bright.